What's up guys, it's Eric here, back for another VOD review. Today we're doing another Appy's VOD review because, let me move my cam for a sec, look at those beautiful scores. 2.8 average, 311, 462. This game was a solid game, and he had another solid game after that. This Appy's guy is just a beast. I'm going to talk more about him in a second, but I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for today. This is the Mobalytics overlay. You guys might have heard me shout this out before. Really, really nice, just clean, high-quality TFT overlay. You got comps, you got win rates for augments in there. You can also have like little cheat sheets that pop out for your items. If you're new to TFT and you don't know what item goes on what unit, or you know how to build what items. Really, really nice for new players. I am also going to have a link in the description to the comp that Appy's plays in this game, some tips on it from myself, so you can pull that into your overlay if you want to play this comp in your own games. So go check it out. Thanks again to Mobalytics for sponsoring today's video. But yeah, this Appy's VOD, this entire Appy's VOD is just... What? Can I? Oh, no. Okay, I'm good. Every time I pull in the media source, it looks like I have no... mic, but it's just I have to scroll down. This entire Appy's VOD is just a masterclass on how to play really, really good TFT. Like, if you want to get better at TFT, go to the link in the description. I mean, one, check out the Mobalytics guide, and then two, check out the second link, which is the link to Appy's stream VOD. Go check that out. You will learn so much about TFT just watching this entire VOD. This is actually like a really tough choice here already immediately, right? Because you can make 10 gold. Like, I am someone who's really, really like on the side of wanting to potentially make 10 gold here. I'm down to even get the audio for what he says here.
We're so in there.
Like this is kind of hard, right? Yeah, like I think he really had to think about like if he wanted to potentially make 10 gold, because you can just sell this stuff, make 10 gold, and then hold on to these important units. But like Appy's is someone who really I think likes to hold on to strong pairs. Support Cash is like kind of a broken augment. Virtue of the Martyr is like technically like stats wise the strongest support item. Aegis of the Legion is also really strong. Obsidian Cleaver is not too good, but I assume we'll go Virtue of the Martyr here. But yeah, like you actually already see him getting paid off here with this like for this play, not like in a underhanded way. Oh, he's really thinking about everything, and I do think it is reasonable to think about everything here. Yeah, but he hits. Like, here's a quick question. Like, are you even interested in this Gragas here? Because yeah, he doesn't end up holding it. I mean, one of the big things is that he did hold on to the Garen here, which I think, I mean, it fits perfectly into the board. We get this perfect KDA big shot board in now with the Garen for Sentinel and 8-bit. And then the Corki in to just tie everything together. So that's sort of another reason I think he didn't want to make 10 in that spot there. But yeah, like I think this is really good discipline here to actually not make this Gragas too, because like it doesn't really improve your board so much. Ooh, and this would be kind of a wild play as well, saying, okay, 8-bit is actually worse than just playing Cassante here. The other thing is that if you sell Cassante, you can make 10. Wow. This is kind of a wild play to me as well. He just says, I need frontline here. 8-bit is not that important because I'm playing around Kai'Sa as my main carry, and we're just going to chill on this board. Also notice that he got Renan's components, and Renan's is a fantastic slam, but just really good discipline from Appy's. Discipline from Appy's here. He's not going to slam Renan's in this position because he hasn't needed to yet, right? None of these fights have required him to slam Renan's. He also has like a Yone pair. Like, if you slam Renan's here, it kind of commits you to playing around like the Renan's carries. I mean, any AD carry can use it, but like Zed is solid, Caitlyn is solid, Ezreal is solid. Now we finally fight someone level 5 who's really strong, so we actually slam it. But like, imagine if we fight someone weak here, you can actually hold on to these components, and what if you get like a Yone off Carousel here? And wow, another... Okay, he sells the Garen here. Wow, I mean, Garen pair solid, right? But I think the idea behind selling Garen here is that you don't actually really need Garen for frontline. You have a Lilia 2, you have a Cassante 2, making 10 feels really good. So yeah, you don't really like need the Garen at all. He's looking at Cloak there potentially, maybe for like Evan Shroud. That's like the only item I can really see you building from that spot. But he just decides, well, he doesn't decide. He gets it denied, so he has to take Chain Vest here, which is a solid component. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up actually going for item-wise. Like I was talking about, this could be Renan's Zed. The stats look really, really good on it. So like maybe Renan's plus Edge of Night or something for our future Zed. I'm curious here if we decide to make 20 after making gold last round. I assume you do, and you just sell Corki pair, but like it would be really interesting if he didn't sell Corki here. Yeah, I think, okay, he's not going to. So like, like this is really cool. So he decides to not hold the Garen pair and make 10 gold. One, because making 10 gold is more important than making 20 gold here. because like making your first 10 is important because it snowballs you into future gold amounts. He's always going to make 20 this round anyway. But I believe if he had made an extra gold last round, he could have made 30 this round with winning, which is the main reason why I was kind of interested in selling that Corki there. Is like, if you win these 2 rounds, you get to make 30. Yeah, because like you would sell, and you would have 6 plus the extra 1 gold. So yeah, he'd be making 30 here instead of making 20 if he had sold a Corki. But the idea behind not selling Corki is like the exact same idea behind selling the Garen. We already have really strong frontline, but we actually have pretty weak backline. Like hitting the Corki 2 would actually be really nice for our board because we don't have actually like any 2-star backline at this point. Open glove here could be steadfast heart. I think solid item in general. I assume we're gonna hold on to the Riven for potentially like 8-bit if we high roll something. Yeah, we do. Abby is someone who really likes. Oh, and he even just holds the Misfortune for another big shot, which is actually better than the Riven. Abby is someone who really likes holding out to Heartsteel, but I don't think you can justify it from this spot. Also, you saw there, it could be steadfast heart, but he gets the Rod Wrap and he immediately makes Crown Guard. Appy's loves this Crown Guard item. It is so good. We get dropped an Ari here, which allows us to play 5 KDA and still make 40. We do end up dropping out of that 8-bit here, but it's fine. Like we talked about, like the 8-bit doesn't really do that much on our board here because we're item holding this Kaisa. But yeah, he gets actually to play 5 KDA, though it's a little bit weird. Like if we had good Ari items, also the person we're fighting naturaled an Ari on 5. What's the world coming to? We have 2 Aris at 3-1 fighting each other. But yeah, like if he had good Ari items here, then you could really think about like, okay, like maybe I play into Ari, but we don't really. Misconnections I don't think has very high value here. Like it could gift you like a cannon or something to play, but I don't think it's amazing. I think you always reroll sticks and stones. I mean, it's a very solid econ augment. I almost like something like healing orbs here more, but the problem is that we already have the healing from that thing. Wow, he goes for sticks and stones. Huh. Okay, I never take this augment because it looks really poor in the stats. But I do think at 3-2 and later in the game, it tends to look better. Also because we know we're playing into AD, it's a bit better. Because we're not going to be playing Ziggs on our late game board for like MR Shred. We're going to, be playing AD. And it's kind of hard to make Last Whisper in a spot like this, right? You want to go like Renan's, maybe like IE something, Renan's Guard Breaker or something. Like Last Whisper doesn't really make so much sense from our spot. So we can just take 6 and Stone here, get the Last Whisper effect onto our entire board, and it's actually really nice. And like we have all these backliners who we aren't itemizing. It's also, the more that I think about it, it's really nice on this board that we have currently because it's double shred, right? It's shred for Ari and it's shred for this Kaisa. Usually I see people level in this spot here. Yeah, and Appies does once again level here just for the 8-bit again in. I think this is what we talked about in the last Appies VOD, the level on 3-3 when you're on a streak like this, just to push tempo and to continue your streak. Or maybe that was whoever we were watching, they leveled on 3-3 as well. It's another 3-3 level, 7 streak into 3-3 level. The game becomes very easy when you have this spot, but I mean, Appies takes us on a journey this game. Like, I think a lot of players would have played this game incorrectly, and you will see. Is Cloak open here with the Renans? Sorry about that, I got interrupted for a sec. So yeah, like you can't actually take Last Whisper here. I would like something like Guardbreaker, but you're left with just double Cloak, like or Cloak Bow, but you don't want to go Last Whisper ever here. I'm pretty sure Appies does something really interesting here and slams QSS. Yeah, this is an item that like I've been watching Appies a lot. Like I've watched a lot of his VOD from today, and he's actually slammed this item a decent amount, which is shocking to me because I would not think that this is that good of an item, but like in the context of this game, I think it actually makes a lot of sense. We've slammed the Renans already. It's very reasonable that we play like a Zed game from here with QSS Renans as our slams, and then maybe a defensive item last, or maybe even just a damage item last if we can get like healing from some other source, like an augment or something. We have Virtue of the Martyr, which gives us some healing already. But yeah, like the QSS slam I think actually makes a lot of sense in context and is not an item I see a lot of people making. I know like less people are sleeping on this Renans item. I think like more and more people are becoming woke to like how good this item actually is, but like QSS is not an item I see being made at all, and I've seen Appy slam it a few times today to really solid effect. So definitely something to keep in mind for your games. This QSS item better than it looks, and look at that, just the easiest 10 streak of your life. And I mean, look at his board. Like let's just take a sec to take this in. What 2-star unit did he hit this game? Cassante. He just hit Cassante too, and a headliner Lilia, and he 10 streaked. I feel like so often I am lamenting the fact that, oh no, like I didn't natural, just like 10 units 2-starred, I couldn't win streak. But Appy's 1 2-starred unit, just Cassante 2-starred, and he's just put together a beautiful board every single round and 10 streaked here. Like, isn't that nuts? Looks like he's not going to hold the TF just because he knows he has to play into some kind of AD comp. I think that makes the most sense here is Deathblade. You just really need some defensive stats for potential Zed later. But I mean, like, Deathblade goes crazy here. You can put it onto Zed. You could put it onto someone like a Caitlyn, worst case. I'm a little surprised he doesn't actually roll here, but it is like kind of hard, just like time-wise to roll here. He was trying to figure out his items and like what unit to add here. So he doesn't roll here, but I think it might cost him his streak. Yeah, it is going to cost him his streak. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but they're doing like construction out of my house all of a sudden. So hopefully that doesn't mess up the VOD too much. But okay, here's also something crazy, right? And I watched that spot with Appy's commentary. I heard, like, this is not what he wants. He just wants healing from a spot like this. He wants like Harm Assist or like Healing Orbs or some way to get healing onto this Zed that he wants to play, but he hits nothing. The only survivability augment that he gets here is Threesa Crowd, which is okay. And you can take Keepers as well, but this Keepers augment is just not very good. Threesa Crowd is like okay here because like you're already playing a couple of 3 costs. You have this Mordekaiser on bench. You could potentially get like Echo in. You could play realistically like 4 3 costs on this board and give your entire team some HP. And like survivability is just HP or like healing. So you know, like he still gets survivability from this. Here's the other thing that is absolutely mind-blowing to me in this position here. Rolls once and hits a 8-bit Riven here. And he says, okay, sure, why not? Riven here plus this Yone, I can get Edgelord in here with the Kale that I've got in shop. Actually, he doesn't get Edgelord in this round, but he can get it in next round. He's just trying to figure out his board. But he says, you know what? Riven here, it's enough. It's you know, mom, can I get Chosen Zed for my shop? Mom, we have Chosen Zed at home. Chosen Zed at home. Riven. I mean, that was a little heavy-handed, but you get the idea. But yeah, like, I mean, crazy, absolutely nuts that this is actually his board at this spot. He still needs to roll a bit to improve his board, but he rolls here and finds Echo plus Kiana. Both are really, really nice additions to this board. And now he's playing a really, really, like, strange board of, once again, almost all 1-starred units. Literally everything 1-starred except for his Chosen. But he's 88 HP because of his win streak. He's fit in a lot of really nice synergy. So, like, this gets Penta in with this nice little package. He has Crowd Diver in with this little package. He has Edgelord in. And he has True Damage in, which also gets Sentinel in. Like, these units fit together really, really nicely. His board's not really incredibly strong, but it's good enough to actually like have him not die here. Like, he takes a decent loss into this Jax 3 player. Also, this Kiana farmed 2 components here. You'll see on his board, he goes nuts, right? 2 components from this Kiana is just absolutely disgusting. The Kayn on Carousel is reasonable. There's also like ideas of taking like Warmogs and just making tank stats. But yeah, I think the Kayn is solid. Could be Guardbreaker, could be like IE or something. With these 2 components, like, we are really cooking. Like, if there's some part of the game that's high roll, it's hitting that there, which is the 2 components. But like, aside from this, like, I feel like he's high rolled nothing and his spot's disgusting. Also, really, really important to note, Appy's has talked a lot about this positioning when you're playing melee carries. He loves this positioning with just the solo frontline Mordekaiser and then the carry, like, like a second row offset from this Mordekaiser. The idea behind this is that no matter where the enemy carry is, left side or right side, they're always going to focus down the Mordekaiser, and you want them to focus your main tank before hitting Riven, obviously. But the problem is if you put Riven somewhere up here and then put like a less tank unit, like say we put Riven like, I don't know, more towards the center here, but like still leave Mordekaiser here, but then we moved like Viego up. The problem is potentially a carry can aggro onto Viego, like one-shot Viego basically, and then aggro onto the Riven. But with the solo frontline Mordekaiser, especially with stuff like Crown Guard, stuff like Warmogs, he's going to live a really, really long time and just tank for this this Riven, and Riven's going to get enough time to do work. We actually end up fighting like a decently strong board here, but like this Mordekaiser is just too much of a beast. Like they even Zephyr our Mord. Like, I'm surprised that fight was not as much as doomed as it looked like it was. Also, he just had Lulu on his board last round, kind of troll. Like, you should play the 5 Edgelord here. I know Lulu is 3's company, and he realizes it, right? Like, he needs to just get 5 Edgelord in here. And I mean, this Kayn is not a bad unit by any means. They are like really grinding out there. So if the audio is like, I think my mic is pretty good at not picking up background noise, but you might hear like a slight very loud grinding noise. So if that's the case, then I apologize. It'll look, Appy's hears it too. He's like, what's going on over there? But like, look at the spot. We carried a Riven. Our entire board's 1-star. We hit a Riven chosen and a Mordekaiser 2, and we stabilized this entire stage. Like, how sick is this game from Appy's? And this is going to allow him to go 9. He can decide to make just like QSS here, which I think he makes QSS again here, holds open glove here for his Kiana, who's going to potentially farm another item. And yeah, he's a QSS lover in a spot like this. But yeah, he can just level next round, potentially get out of the Riven then. But also, I mean, you'll see next round what happens. It's also pretty interesting how he plays it. And yeah, like, obviously he's not going to win streak with this board, though he is on a 2 streak, which is already kind of crazy. But he's going to take good losses. Like, he kills a lot of units. This Riven actually does insane work. And he takes a 3-unit loss to an Ezreal 2 plus Poppy 2 board. Like just actually nuts. Naturals the Viego 2, which is really fortunate. Levels here, and because he hit Viego 2 plus the Lulu 2 here, he can actually afford, 1, to not roll, 1, because he's already hit some upgrades, and 2, because he's only got 20 gold. So if he open sells this Riven here, like, there's actually a good chance that that he's going to not have enough gold to find a better chosen to play. So yeah, he just holds on to this Riven here, and I mean, look, he wins this fight, level 9. He just stomps Avoid Sin's board, which is just nuts. So yeah, the idea is we're going to sack 2 rounds here. Maybe not even sack because we won that last round, but we're going to chill for a couple of rounds, not roll, and then roll next round, sell the Riven, try to find a Zed to play around, maybe something else we could play as well. Also, we get the cat cam here. This is why I let this is why I'm up here. I mean, I'm here, and then the streamer goes down there because, like, now we can see what they're doing down there. Okay, I got there eventually. But yeah, I mean, like, look at this fight. We're fighting the Jax 3 player, and like, this is gonna be a hard board to beat for our board because, like, melee carrying to Jax is going to be rough, but it's a 2-unit loss, right? We don't get 5-0'd. We're 53 HP here. He did such a good job of saving HP this game. Item-wise here, off Carousel, just like GS is a solid item. Yeah, it's basically just GS for some kind of third damage item for one of our carries. Eventually, we can move these Kiana items, potentially. All right, so yeah, we sell the Riven here, get EDM Zed on our second roll, which, like, I think a lot of people would still, like, I would want to greed and look for something better than the stinky EDM Zed. But he says, you know what, Zed is good enough. I'll just play for EDM Zed. Get 4 Crowd Diver in with the Katarina that I picked up in shop, and now he's just got 4 Crowd Diver Zed here. Now, you guys might already think, like, okay, Appy's has played a really, really excellent game so far. Like, I'm like, it's beautiful how well he has played this game so far. Like, I've already learned a ton. Like, what more can I learn from this game? And I'm going to tell you, there is another huge nugget of information that you can gain from this game. Also, it's so funny that the cat was following his a girlfriend, right? He always calls her Miss Appy's, but I don't think they're, like, married, right? Out the door. In any case, like, Appy's at this point, 39 gold, level 9, is thinking, okay, how can I cap my board out? How can I turn this game into a dub? Because, like, if you just sit on this board, it's very easy for you to go, like, third this game. Especially, like, look, you just fought someone who's got Heartsteel in. And you see a little nugget already of how we are going to cap out our board this high. We hit a Viego in our shop, okay? Which means we have 4 Viegos, and we don't have chosen Viego yet. Now, you see he's scouting this other player who's holding on to a chosen Viego, because that's going to be an issue for this game plan. But, if you think about it, we have 4 Viegos, we can go up to 5 Viegos and then find a chosen Viego. Then at that point, we have 8 Viegos. If there's only 5 Viegos out of the pool, you can still find a chosen Viego. Once you cross over to 6, then you can no longer find that Headliner Viego in your store. What we can do here, find 1 more Viego, then find Headliner Viego, which is going to bring us up to 8, and then find 1 more. It's sort of similar to how people would find, like, 3-star 5 cost early on in the set, but it's slightly more scuffed. That Viego player finally ends up dying. He has to be really, really cognizant now about if anybody else is holding Viegos here, but we are just going to roll here. We are not going to push levels. We are going to just roll for Viego 3. He ends up getting Crowd Diver Zed, which is a really nice addition here. That's enough to just sit on his board for this round, because he was starting to run out of time, and you don't want to, like, have no chosen on your board. Like, that would be horrible here. So he's just going to hold the Crowd Diver Zed for a round, and then roll again next round. He has the 5 Viegos now, so he needs to find 1 Headliner Viego and 1 normal Viego. And he has to find the Headliner Viego first, and then he'll have Viego 3. He scouts again to make sure that it's uncontested, rolling down here, just looking almost exactly at the Headliner spot, finds Headliner Viego, and then starts rolling really quickly for this Viego. And wouldn't you know it, almost perfectly with 2 gold left, he finds the Viego 3. I mean, is it allowed to be this good at TFT? Like, so smart for him to see that he has that Viego and see that his win con this game, since he's already level 9, he doesn't need to go 10, his win con can just be Viego 3. And now the game's easy, right? Unless someone else hits a 3-star 4 cost, there's no way that they're going to beat him. And no one else is going to hit a 3-star 4 cost in this spot. He gets a Cane with a Pentakill spat, which is obviously amazing, but like at this point you can just coast, right? He farmed another item, which is disgusting as well. Finds the Cane pair here. Can get 5 Pentakill in with the Cane Penta here. Ends up actually cutting the Zac at this point just for the Lulu, because I mean, one, Lulu is a good unit, but the more real reason is for the Threes Company, or Threes a Crowd? Is that what it's called? Augment to get some extra HP onto his team. But I mean, as you can see, Viego 3 is an absolute beast. This fight actually is kind of close for a second. Viego almost dies. Like, you know, maybe if he was playing a little lazier and didn't take the strongest units, he could actually lose to this guy, because like that's probably his worst matchup, right, by far. But rolls down, finds a Yorick 2-star here. Can just end up selling the Echo for Yorick 2, or like if he really wants to read, he could lock it. Oh, he actually this is so smart. Just moves the items over to the Yorick by using this extra Kiana that we have. Sell the Kiana, and now we have a triple item Yorick 3. I mean, yeah, this is something that Appy says really well, is, you know, you see the unit that you need to play around in this spot, which is, of course, the Yorick 2-starred, and, I mean, we're just going to sell the Kiana and move the items over there, which is just, you know, really just clean, smart TFT, as this entire game has been. Okay, I know the beeping I heard slightly in an earlier recording, so you might hear some light beeping in the background. Look, it's really loud for me, so, like, I know some people are gonna be like, why do you keep bringing this up? Like, I can't even hear it, but I can hear it. There's a loud beeping going on in my ears. In any case, just a beautiful game from Appy's here. We're gonna roll down here, maybe try to find Kiana 2, Viego 2. We're level 9, so the chances of finding it are pretty good. He even gets in this this Nico here for Guardian plus 3's a crowd. You can just look for Viego item here. Fuck it, get Heartsteel in for fun. Gets Hodge here, which is a really nice item. But yeah, I mean, no one can outcap this board. This board is way too strong, and he's positioning well. But yeah, I mean, just beautifully played game from Appy's. Like I said, go look at his link in the description to just become a god of TFT. Also, check out once again the link to Mobalytics Overlay. Thanks again for sponsoring the video. Bye.